Somebody wants to... Hold on, guys. He's already putting in for his good mornings. Here he is. There he is, y'all. Mighty Max says good morning, Facebook and YouTube. Yeah. Oh, he's being sweet. He's being sweet. He's being sweet. Oh, I hope y'all are having a great Monday morning. Yes, he's done had his breakfast and he's done been outside for a tussle. Life is good, except Katie's not playing with Mr. Gingerbread Man. All right, go take Gingerbread Man to Katie. He's wide open. Funniest thing, while we're waiting on people to... Okay, you gotta be quiet. Everybody gonna hear you yelling at him. Anyway, funniest thing with old Mr. Max, at our house, we have a spare bedroom, and that's where he, there's not anything that he can really get destroyed that's of any real significance. He needs out. Oh, Katie, get him. Okay, well, get it for him. Get it for him. Just, yeah. I'd rather him not be under the Christmas tree. Anyway, so when he's at our house, we have that spare bedroom and we keep the door open. And so usually about 9 or 10 o'clock, he will go put himself to bed in that room. It's the funniest thing. He goes in there like, y'all ain't gonna play, I'm gonna go to bed. So funny. So there you go. Pro tip. He'll put himself to bed if you give him half a chance. All right, on with the morning announcements. There you are. Join the Facebook family if you haven't already. We'd love to have you as part of it. It's just a great get to know you kind of deal. There you are. Join the Facebook family. Woohoo! There I am. Look at that. All right. We're going to go ahead and share that on my main page. I'll share it to the family group in a little bit. Yeah, we try to do that. If you haven't already, like and share. That's what keeps us going, keeps us in your algorithms, okay? Ring the bell on the YouTube. Yeah. Look at that. Look at that. Isn't that great? My hubby's so talented. Okay. Sorry about that. That's just a little side notes. And the last announcement of the day, if you want to give to this ministry monetarily, because we all know that money makes the world go round, here's your giving link, onelifeataTime.churchcenter.com/giving. There it is. Come back and screenshot it if you want to, because, I'm not a used car salesman. There you go. All righty. Morning, Nancy. And I believe Ashley is also watching online. It says I got 4 people watching, but beyond 5. Ooh, I don't know who all you are unless you say hello. So if you want to be known, say hello. If not, that's okay too. All right. So here we go. More adventures of Paul shucking the corn. Paul calling out what a church is doing. Last chapter, he was calling out the fact that they had sexual immorality like the heathens didn't even do. So that's a problem. Now, this was a sexually perverse city. Just go ahead and know that. If you want to know the history of Corinth, there was some major problems there, and that was one of them. But even they didn't, get their father's wife. Morning, Sister Marilyn. So yeah, that was going on. And we found out something morning, Joe, found out something very important, that we break fellowship over some of these things. A lot of people say, well, that's not very loving. Well, you sit down to eat, you're entering into a covenant with people. And we need to be mindful of who we're entering into covenant with. So let's move on in 1 Corinthians. We're in chapter 6 this morning. And I've got the King James pulled up, but I've got the NASB side by side. So if we have any in-depth things we want to go into, we can look over there. Excuse me. Dare any of you, having a matter against another, go to law before the unjust and not before the saints? Would you even dare, if you have a problem with one of your brothers or sisters, to take them to court instead of taking them before the leadership of the church? What? 2, do ye not know that the saints shall judge the world? And if the world shall be judged by you, are ye unworthy to judge the smallest matters? If we as saints are going to judge the entire world, why do you feel the need to take this small trivial thing to a court of law, to the heathens that we're going to judge? This enters into a whole lot of areas here, because now, if you're going to do it that way, then you're going to have to relinquish some authority other than the guy who stands in the pulpit authority to the church. You're going to have to submit somewhat to what the church has to say. Now, this is how it was done early on, but how many churches will actually do that now? How many churches will yield to what a pastor or whatever tells them in regards to personal life or whatnot? And they come at you and they tell you, you need to do this in your personal life. Will they listen? But here Paul was saying, look, don't go to a court. Don't go fussing and fuming before the heathens. Let the church judge between you. Do we put that much ability on the church today? 3, know ye not that we shall judge angels? How much more things that pertain to this life? If we can judge the angels one day, why aren't we capable of judging matters in life? Why aren't we capable of doing that? 4, if then ye have judgment of things pertaining to this life, set them to judge who are least esteemed in the church. You know what? Anybody within the body should be able to judge that. Again, you're going to have to submit to authority. It don't necessarily have to be the pastor, but you need to submit to godly counsel. 5, I speak to your shame. It is so that there is not a wise man among you. Is it so that there's not a wise? Do you mean to tell me you don't have someone in your midst who is wise enough to handle this situation? That's a shame. That's a shame that there is not someone who is grounded enough, who is mature enough, that can handle this kind of a situation. Let's go ahead and make sure we got the right word for wise here, because different things go different ways, and we know how that works. A wise man, sophos, a skilled expert, a theologian, a Christian teacher, a wise man. There you go. A theologian, a leader, a teacher. You ain't got somebody in there that is wise enough to decipher these issues for you. But brother goeth to law with brother, and that before unbelievers. You're going to get ugly in court before heathens. You're going to act worse than them, and you're going to be a spectacle for them. You should be ashamed. Now, therefore, there is utterly a fault among you, because ye go to law one with another. Why do ye not rather take wrong? Why do ye not rather suffer yourselves to be defrauded? Why can't you just let it go? Why can't someone be the stronger person? Well, yeah, you know what? They probably did you wrong. Okay. You know what? It takes the bigger man or the bigger woman to just let it go and to smile and keep on going. Because guess what? That's life. How much more could happen if you just let God fight that battle for you? You know what? Let it go. Let it go. That is so applicable in so many ways. I can't tell you the number of times that I've seen where somebody will do something that are supposed to be within the church, and they'll do somebody wrong. They'll do somebody dirty, which, you know, it's happened in my family. It's happened with my dad. It's happened with myself. It happens. And they'll run off and they'll tell all kinds of tales and they'll do all kinds of things, and we just sit there. You know, listen, it ain't saying that we are patting ourselves on the back, but that's just how you handle. That's how a mature Christian handles things. You know what? God will fight your battles for you. You don't have to get out there and run them in the dirt for what they've done. Let me tell you something. Sin has its own punishment. Okay, it don't need your help. I have a buddy hair sticking up off my hat, y'all. I apologize. It's like look like a little spring. Okay. Hey, nay, ye do wrong and defraud, and that your brethren. You defraud them. You seek to get even. You do wrong. 9. Know ye not that the unrighteous shall not inherit the kingdom of heaven? Don't you know that this is more than just fighting amongst yourselves? This is more than just a quarrel. This is unrighteousness. Be not deceived. Neither fornicators, nor idolaters, nor adulterers, nor effeminate, nor abusers of themselves with mankind. Now, hold on. I want to find out how the NASB got there, because I'm a little curious, because they use a different word for abusers of themselves with mankind. Okay, that word is arsenokoites. Let's see, hold on.
Strong's G 733. Arsenokoites.
Yeah, that.
Arsenokoites.
Okay. All right, y'all. Y'all ain't gonna like this. There's the squeaker. Sorry. Abuser, or it means to defile self with mankind. This word is one who lies with a male as with a female, a sodomite or a homosexual. I'll let you do with that what you will, but there it is, New Testament. There it is in the New Testament. You can't be both. You can't be a Christian and be in a homosexual lifestyle. It don't work. You can't do it. Let's see. Now we're still going down the list. Let's go down the list some more. Verse 10. Nor thieves, nor covetous, nor drunkards, nor revilers, nor extortioners shall inherit the kingdom of God. That's a big list. Make sure you don't find yourself on it. Morning, Jenny. Max is up and he is bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. I think Matt took his polar bear. He's so sad. He gave him the slipper. He brought him the slipper. No, I brought him in my room. Oh, okay. He took him in the office. Okay. Poor Max. He's just a youngin'. Okay. Anyway. Let's see. 11. And such were some of you. Hey, you used to be this way. Used to be. That's the main focus here. Used to be. But ye are washed. But ye are sanctified. But ye are justified in the name of the Lord and by the Spirit of God. You're different by God's Spirit now. You don't continue in those things. That's what we have to understand. He doesn't save you for you to keep doing what you've been doing for your BC days before Christ, okay? We need to understand that. We need to understand that we're supposed to be different. All things are lawful unto me, but all things are not expedient. All things are lawful for me, but I will not be brought under the power of any. The NASB says, I will not be mastered by anything. What do you give control to? Okay, you may say, well, it's not a sin. It's not a sin, but are you giving control to the internet? Are you giving control to TV? Are you giving control to food? Are you giving control to anger? Are you giving control? Think about all the things that you give control to. Let me tell you something. Are you giving control to the bed? Are you giving control to whatever? Listen, all things are lawful, but not all things are expedient. That means it's not profitable. If it's not profitable for you spiritually, you need to put it down. You need to put it down. If it's a weight and a hindrance, you need to put it down. You need to stop. I remember one time, years and years and years ago, my dad, this is another Jimmy story. My dad used to have this attitude that if it crawls, how did he say it? If it crawls, flies, swims, he can catch it. You know what I mean? He had that kind of attitude. He started getting prideful in his own abilities with trapping. He loved to trap. That was like, that was his happy time, being trapping. But he started getting prideful and arrogant, and it mastered him. He would start missing church. He would start missing church because he was running his trap line. Okay. Oh, it was just one or two services. It's just, but he would miss so he could run that trap line. Well, what does God do? God tells him, put it down. Put it down. And no. So, he's running hundreds of traps, y'all. Just hundreds. He keeps going, and all he catches is one sad little raccoon that wasn't even big enough to keep. He had to turn it loose. I mean, he said it was gimpy. He said, okay, God. That mastered him. It became a source of pride. It became a weight and a hindrance to his walk. And God told him to put it down. He had to put it down for several years until God told him you can do it again. But God had to tell him, and he was willing to wait. He was willing to be obedient. If God never told him to pick it up again, I believe he would have never touched another trap. But we need to understand, just because everything is lawful under grace doesn't mean everything's good for you. Meats for the belly and the belly for meats, but God shall destroy both it and them. Now the body is not for fornication, but for the Lord, and the Lord is for the body. See, there's all kinds of sins that you can do. But when you enter into sexual immorality, that's a whole different class, friend. And God hath both raised up the Lord and will also raise up us by his own power. Know ye not that your bodies are the members of Christ? Shall I then take the members of Christ and make them the members of an harlot? God forbid. You joining something godly and holy to something evil and perverse? I don't think so. What? Know ye not that he which is joined to an harlot is one body? For two saith he shall be one flesh. Yes, you become one in flesh. Guess what? There's more than sexually transmitted diseases out there. There are spiritually transmitted diseases. There's demons. You open yourself up to every demon that person has, and every demon that person that everybody they slept with had. Yeah. Is it worth it? It's not real pretty when you think about all the damage it's going to do, because you're going to get demonic transfer going on. That's why God set it up for marriage. One man and one woman. There you go. But he that is joined unto the Lord is one spirit. Wow. We're his bride. I got more buddy hairs on his hat. Sorry. We are one spirit with God. Isn't that awesome? Flee fornication. Every sin that a man doeth is without the body, but he that committeth fornication sinneth against his own body. And it says your body will consume itself. Yeah. You'll die an awful end for that kind of thing if you continue in it. What? Know ye not that your body is the temple of the Holy Ghost, which is in you, which ye have of God, and ye are not your own? You don't even belong to yourself. You belong to God. For ye are bought with a price. Therefore glorify God in your body and in your spirit, which are God's. And both belongs to God. Glorify him in your body. Glorify him in your spirit. Wow. Paul's pulling it back and letting it go at Corinth over here. Whoo! There you go. There you go. That is chapter 6. Exciting times. Learning about immorality and what that means. We can't be an immoral people. We live in a world full of immoral people. We need to get it together. We need to do better. We need to have it right. Well, guys, that's been 1 Corinthians chapter 6. I hope to see y'all tonight. 6314 Highway 32 East. Yeah, a lot of people do skip over that. Hortense, Georgia. Hey, come on. Our church service starts at 7. Get you a cup of coffee. Come a little bit early and we'll love on you a little bit. Okay? If not, I'll catch you on the live. Probably be hitting up probably sometime around 7:30, 7:45-ish. Maybe 8. Who knows? Because we move with the Spirit. So if you want to know what's moving, you're going to have to come in person. We love you. God loves you. And there ain't anything you can do about it.